Don't go that way, Nora called in vain as her twin brother disappeared into the tall grass off the main road. His whitish blonde hair matched the 4-foot tufts, blending in immediately. Nora looked up and down the road, biting her lip. She stood alone on the gravel, no dust trail of a car in sight. The sun beat down on her from a deep blue sky. She couldn't hear the traffic on the interstate, not this far inland. The quiet wash underlying everything had to be the ocean. "Mom's going to be pissed," Nora called as she stomped after her brother. Idiot. Mom wasn't just going to be angry, she'd freak if they were late. They'd only just moved to Oregon a few months ago, and this was the first time she'd let Nora and Dale walk home alone from the main road where the school bus dropped them off. The grass rustled. Blown by a wind Nora didn't feel. Muttering to itself, she walked faster, shoving the swaying stalks aside. "Dale!" she yelled, pausing for a moment. The grass grew high above her head, making it impossible to see more than a few feet in front of her. Stillness ran icy fingers down her spine. She shook herself. No one was watching her. "If Mom doesn't kill you, I'm going to," she muttered as she made herself continue forward. A knotted bunch of stalks swayed in front of Nora, blocking her path. Just beyond them lay an open yard. With a final push, Nora broke through. The edges of the grass slid across her palms, leaving stinging welts in their wake. "Ouch," she complained and looked at her hands. None of her cuts appeared serious. Still, she told Dale as she walked up to him, "You are so dead." Dale, of course, didn't pay any attention to her. "Isn't that cool?" he asked, pointing at the abandoned cottage perched on the cliff. Sad red paint covered the wood-shingled walls. Windows, outlined in white, stared at Nora with dark eyes. Only the doorknob shone in the bright sunlight. Gold flames licked the wood at either end of the doorplate. The knob itself resembled a collection of interlocking gears. "Don't touch it," Nora warned. The teeth of the gears looked sharp. Dale immediately reached for it. The door swung open silently. "Dale," Nora warned. "Just for a minute. Then we'll go home, I promise." "No." Dale walked into the darkness. Denise looked up from the dishes and down along the road again. The kitchen clock ticked quietly behind her. Soft winds blew the curtains framing the window. Nora and Dale would be appearing any minute now. She took a deep breath, calming herself. She shouldn't panic. It was bad for her heart. Chris, her husband, had no idea where they were. Denise had paid only cash during their drive to Oregon from California, using aliases and hiding the kids when she could. She hadn't contacted any of her old friends, and had only called her mom a couple of times since they'd arrived. She changed all their names here, as well. Chris couldn't follow them. It was just a formality that they were still legally married. Denise would never go back. She should have just gone to meet the bus. However, both Nora and Dale had complained about it. According to them, none of the other moms waited like she did. She didn't point out that none of the other moms had as much reason to worry. The water in the sink had grown cool by the time Denise stuck her hands back in. She pulled the plug, drained half of it, then added more hot. She made herself wait while the water level rose before forcing herself back to the task of washing both the breakfast and lunch dishes. It was one of the chores she'd negotiated with her kids, pleased they'd been so insistent on helping out. She did the early day dishes while they did the evening dishes. They took turns cleaning and cooking as well. Sometimes they seemed so grown up, though they were barely teenagers. Denise washed an orange juice glass, then checked the clock again. Maybe the bus had been late. "Dale!" Nora called. "Mom said we had to go straight home." The only reply was the sound of the waves crashing onto the rocks.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.